Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, well, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez is in even more trouble right now. A superseding indictment was just filed against him regarding his acting as a foreign agent for Egypt and basically corruption and bribery. The additional indictment notes that he accepted tickets to Formula One events and other gifts from Qatar as part of his years-long corruption scheme. And they also said that the bribery and extortion scheme continued into 2023. I guess previously they thought it ended in 2022, but nope, it carries on. So a grand jury reviewed the information, the evidence, and returned verdicts that allowed for a superseding indictment to be filed. Okay, so let's look at the energy around this superseding indictment and then what the future of Bob Menendez holds. Entertainment purposes only. What can you tell me about this new superseding indictment and the energy around the Bob Menendez case? King of Swords. Okay, the prosecutors are on top of it. The government prosecutor, they're right there, front and center. They are digging down and they're getting more and more information on that one. And they're planning their next steps. Mr. Menendez is, if he can cut a deal, he better start thinking about cutting deals here. Yeah, because this case is about to get worse. It could be that the feds have even more information. This too could just be, this is the second indictment. It's a superseding indictment involving the world affairs on that one. We'll just leave it as simple as that. And this case is going to get more and more difficult, and I don't think it's for the feds to prove it. This is going to be a huge burden on Mr. Menendez because the evidence keeps stacking up. The government keeps providing more evidence that the grand jury reviews, says, yep, that's more likely than not a crime, and then they charge Senator Menendez with more crimes. In the past, we had the Two of Coins. I don't know if this is the feds looking at the charges. I think this is more Bob Menendez, the money he was taking in, the bribery, the corruption. You've got some big money and you got some little money. Now, what's interesting on this one is that in the superseding indictment, they discuss that the business associate that is also been charged on this indictment wanted to pitch an idea, and it's like some investment opportunity that he wanted the Qatari investment fund to invest in it, and it's run by a member of the royal family. So Senator Menendez put in some good words, got the two to meet up. The investment fund then announced that they were going to do an investment with this business partner of Menendez. His name is Daibes. Daibes. And after the deal was completed, Senator Menendez was the recipient of a gold bar. Here we are, back to the gold bars again. It's just one of those things that makes this case so memorable. It's the gold bars. So, yeah. It's the corruption continues, because why wouldn't it? So, again, I think that's the big deals and the small deals, but the corruption just keeps coming. Whether it's Formula One tickets or gold bars, everybody gets paid. Current situation is the Ace of Swords. Ugh. Between the King of Swords having the Ace of Swords, this is the present situation position. Ace of Swords is like a mission. The feds are now on a mission. They've got this guy on the ropes, and they're going to take it to him. They've got him on a couple of a superseding indictment for bribery, and it's a pretty solid case. All indication is this is a really solid case. Senator Menendez is in deep, deep trouble. Overarching, this is an ongoing thing with Senator Menendez. Remember, they had him on corruption charges in the early 2010s, in the teens, and he beat those charges. So the thing is, he didn't beat those charges and stopped being corrupt. He beat those charges and figured, okay, I'm a crimer, and I'm going to continue doing crimes, because that's what happens. I believe Linda G or somebody that pointed out once with Roger Stone or dear God, I'm forgetting his name now. But anyways, we use Roger Stone as an example. Yeah, he may have been pardoned. He maybe had his sentence commuted, but he's going to still commit crimes because that's all he knows how to do. Same thing with Trump. All these guys do is commit crimes, and so even if they get away with, if you were to pardon Trump for every crime he committed before his 77th birthday, you'd be able to nail him on a bunch of felonies post 77th birthday, because that's just what he does. Paul Manafort, that was the name I was trying to come up with. In his ostrich boots. It's funny how these guys have their cases, and then you can remember like the ostrich skin jacket or boots or whatever he had, and the gold bars and stuff like that. Anyways, they had him in the past and he slipped away. They're not letting him slip away this time. They've got a much stronger case. And again, with this reporting, the truth is out on Mr. Menendez. He's screwed 3 ways to Sunday. He is not getting out of this. There's too much. Basically, the Democrats can't ignore it. Now, I don't know, and that's going to be the next story, is what's Schumer going to do about this? Are they going to put pressure on him to resign? The case is going to go forward. Whether or not Menendez sounds like he's going to fight it. I don't think he's going to try and settle this case. And the reason for that is simply because he beat him one time, so he thinks he can beat him a second time. Plain and simple. And that is just pure freaking ego. Through and through. Some people just don't know when to cut their losses. And maybe he just feels like, in some of these crimes, the max sentence is 2 years, but a couple of them, the max sentence is 20 years or 30 years. Now, he won't get the max sentence. Max sentences are for people who just repeat offenders. And, this will be his first conviction. So, he might get 40%. Now, on a 20-year sentence, maybe he gets 7 to 8 years or something like that. 30-year sentence, maybe he gets 10. It may not even be that much, but the potential is there. It's just not likely. If this guy gets put in prison, it's going to be for 3 to 4 years. So, and I'm sorry, that's just kind of being realistic, and that's if they nail him on the big charges, because he's a senator and he's a long-standing senator and powerful and wealthy and yada 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 yada. Or sound like a broken record. Now, if he cut a deal, he might be able to get off a little sooner than that. But I think he's going to go to the mat on this one. Well, let's just ask. Is he going to go to the mat on this one? Is he going to fight this one in court? Sure seems like it. He might do some evaluations along the way. But let's see. Foolish. Yeah, he thinks he's going to win. Yeah. Nope, he's going to fight this one. It's not going to end well for him. He's planning on fighting this one, but it's going to be his undoing. It's going to be the end of his career as a politician and as a free man. He thinks, if he plays his cards right, like he did the last time, he'll beat this thing. He beat it before, and it's not his first rodeo. He's going to try beating this one too, because he's a sitting senator, darn it. He's powerful. He's got powerful friends in powerful places, probably including the DOJ. He's going to beat this rap. That's what he thinks. That's not what I'm getting. I think it's the exact opposite. I think he's going to try and beat it, and I don't think he's going to beat it this time. The feds can be pretty good sometimes about learning their lessons. And I only say that because they lost one case, and I don't think they want to lose a second one. So they're going to make sure that their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed, if you know what I mean. Okay, so what are the Democrats going to do with Senator Menendez? What's Chuck Schumer going to do, especially with this latest indictment? Are they going to force him out of his position? Basically pressure him to resign. I don't think they can kick him out, but I think they can pressure him to resign. Will Schumer and the Democrats pressure him to resign? Okay, they're evaluating. They're looking at the situation. I don't know what needs to be evaluated, but again, that's just my ignorance on stuff like this. Maybe I'll do a bigger read. Yeah. I think they're going to ask him to resign to basically end his tenure as the senator because of this second indictment and the strength of the evidence that the feds have on him and that it's ongoing. The second indictment's really going to put pressure on Schumer to end that relationship with Senator Menendez. In the past, Ten of Swords, Schumer knew that this was going to be the end of Menendez, and the second one just really, this really drove it home. This isn't acupuncture here. This is death by this guy's own hand. Yeah, there's so many cards on that one. And here we go, all these same cards coming up. And here's Menendez going forward to fight it. He's going to fight it. He's not going to roll over on this one. What's Schumer going to do? The Justice Department. The Justice Department's there. They're over this case. They just have him dead to rights. And there goes the case dragging forward. Page of Pentacles. I think they want to bring my guess is he's gonna want to bring in. He's gonna try and play towards Menendez's values and say, "Hey, look, you know what? You want to fight this case? Fine. You need to resign your position. This is a really important case. You need to focus on it. The Justice Department's breathing down your back. You planning on going to trial. How in God's name are you supposed to do your job as a senator representing your state if you're fighting this case?" So I think what happens is then Schumer throws in gives him a gold bar. He offers him something of value, something minor of value to entice him to leave. Will he be successful? I don't know. We'll end with that one. So Schumer, whatever that page of coins is, that page of coins, I'm assuming that's Schumer offering a little something to Senator Menendez to encourage him. Now, again, I think I would be simply naive and foolish to think that you play on his party political, come on, help the Dems out type of thing. Because Menendez strikes me as the type of person who's like, I have been sacrificing everything to help the Dems. I'm a loyal person. Why should I resign my position? You guys should be doing everything possible to defend me. Which is when, Schumer's going to have to spell out the political realities to it. And you would think that Senator Menendez would understand the political realities of the situation. Again, he was on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and he's not a rookie senator here. He has to understand the problems that he's facing. Okay, but he's got a huge ego, and he's freaking arrogant as hell. Is the vibe I'm getting here. So that Page of Pentacles, will that be enough for Menendez to want to step down? It's a burden. There's his plan. This was the outcome of the underlying thing of the Fed's case. There's a celebration here in the planning. In the end, in the end, oh, wow, 10 of Wands and a 10 of Swords. In the end, whatever Schumer offers him, he's going to accept it just because this case is too much and he knows he's done. He's got to fight it. He's got a plan, especially for the second indictment. And this is kind of like, I don't know what Schumer offers him, but maybe it's a little more generous than I thought. And Menendez will take whatever that offer is. I don't have an answer for you. I really don't. I don't know what you could offer him. I do not understand how all this works. It seems to me people guilty of crime should do the time. And why should somebody who's wealthy or powerful not face the same laws as everybody else? But we have a 2-tier justice system. Actually, maybe even 3 tiers. Certainly the poor people and minorities get the shaft. And the wealthy, connected people get all the breaks. And then there's a big portion of folks in the middle, I suppose. But all right, we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully we'll see some developments. I don't think it's going to be quick. I keep getting that Knight of Wands, that planning, and we got the Chariot, which is a slow card. So I saw nothing like the Eight of Wands or the Knight of Swords. I didn't see any rapid movement cards. So I think negotiations are going to be ongoing, and maybe at that point Senator Menendez resigns his position and the Democrats move on with the new senator. All right, so that's my reading on this one. Thank you for watching and supporting my videos. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that my videos make it out to a wider audience. To folks who are new to the channel, welcome. Glad you found us. Hope you found this reading insightful. If you're interested in seeing any videos on worldwide affairs, I have another channel called Tarot of the Seven Seas. Go check that out. And thank you again, everyone, for your support. Have a great night. Bye-bye.